Alright everybody, so I really want to show you how to use cream foundations because we've always used liquids and powders, but this is going to be a little bit different, and this is going to teach you guys a more strong highlight and contour. However, the colors I'm going to use are still pretty close to my skin tone, more natural looking. So I've already gone ahead and put on my lotion. I'm going to put on my primer, and then we're going to go ahead and do our first layer. Okay, for primer, I'm going to be using Laura Mercier foundation primer, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to take this on the back of my hand. This is super lightweight, goes on really well. So I'm just going to use a synthetic brush, and you can see I've got a little bit on my hand. Just get that on my brush and work that into my face. Now remember to always buy the primer that goes with your skin composition. So if you have dry skin, make sure you use the one that's for dry skin. If you have oily, make sure you get the one for oily skin. And primer is super important. Even on everyday makeup, it really helps it last longer. Keeps your makeup, you know, from smudging and wearing off. Keeps the colors true to your face. So if you wear primer, you're going to get a much better color payoff as well. Not only is it going to be long lasting. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is let this set into my face. In the meantime, I'm going to show you what these cream foundations look like. So I'm going to be using Makeup Forever. You guys know I love this brand. And I'm going to be using 3 of their cream foundation sticks. And this one is, it's called their Pan Stick. The color reference is 47005. That's what this one looks like. And then I'm going to be using 47600. And that's the lightest of all of them. And then the darkest of all of them is 47008. So you can see I've got one color that's super close to my skin tone, one for the highlight and one for the contour. And the way I'm going to do this is, let me clip my hair back so you guys can see. I'm going to take my Sigma Precision Tapered P86 brush, and I just got this, so I'm trying this out for the first time with you guys. And what I'm going to do is take the color closest to my skin tone, get it on my brush, and work it really well on my brush. Don't just get it on one side, make sure you get it all over your brush. And I'm going to work that into my skin. Keep a light hand, especially with foundation. And I have dry skin, so if I rub too hard, sometimes I'll make my skin look even drier than it really is. The more you apply with cream-based, you're going to get a heavier coverage. One layer is really enough, especially if you're wearing this for a day-to-day event. Even if you're attending a wedding, I feel like one coat is pretty good. For under my eyes, I'm going to go real gently. Okay, and you can see it kind of looks crazy in the beginning, but you're going to go ahead and blend this all in with a stippling brush. Just small circular motions. All right, you can already see that one layer is really good coverage for just a base, considering we haven't applied any concealer, anything at all. This has already evened out my complexion and my skin tone really, really well. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and add more. You can make this into more of a full coverage, more heavy, you know, really pack it on. And that's totally up to you. For those of you that know me, I do tend to do that sometimes. So I'm going to add on another layer and show you what that looks like. Now, if you were already happy with the amount of coverage you got off of this, you definitely would skip this part and go on to the next step. Everybody has a different way of doing highlighting and contouring. Some people feel like they don't need to start off with a layer of foundation. I feel like it really helps even everything out and make all the colors blend better and look more natural than if you weren't. Okay. All right, that's layer number 2. And now I'm just going to take some setting spray and set my face and let it sit for a moment. And I'll be right back. All right, once that setting spray has dried and the foundation has settled into your face, you're going to go ahead and take the lighter color, and that's going to be the 47600 for me. And I'm going to take a synthetic brush from MAC, and this one is 286. And I'm just gonna draw almost like a triangle right under my eye. Really work the product in, you know, dab it in. Try not to stroke it right under your eye, especially in this area. All right. Now, for those of you like me who suffer from dark circles, you can see this kind of may start to look ashy. So to avoid that, I'm going to throw in my PRIM, MAC PRIM, and this one is Radiant Rose. And that's just going to help cancel out that dark pigment under my eye. And it's really going to stop everything from looking super ashy. So you just want to blend all that in. Remember to always blend in your lights first and then your darks. That's why we haven't even applied the darker color yet. And I've just gone ahead and put some down my nose, Cupid's bow, chin. And you can see how much brighter that area looks as opposed to the rest of the face. So now go ahead and just keep blending. Make sure everything is worked in very properly, that there's no harsh lines. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and blend this all in. Once you've blended everything in, we're going to go on to the next step, and that's going to be contouring and then setting all your highlight and contour. Be right back. All right, you can see a huge difference once everything is blended in, and that takes a lot of time, so I didn't sit through and record the entire process of me blending this in because it would be super tedious. But make sure to blend everything in. It takes a different amount of time for everybody, so just make sure you get the right finish for your face. Now, I'm going to use the last stick, and that's going to be 47008. And that's the darker color. It's a couple shades darker than my skin tone. And I'm just going to take an angled Sigma brush, and this one is Precision Angled P84. And I'm going to get that on my brush. And of course, I like to contour my nose heavily, and especially my cheeks, not my forehead as much. So you're going to see me work mostly on my sides of my face and my nose, because I feel like otherwise everything is just too blended and my features don't stick out at all. So I'm going to do a small stroke right there. And I like to start right by my ear and bring it in. But don't go too close to your lips. And the best way to figure out where this is on your face is make a fishy face. And it's right where the hollows of your cheek hit. So you know exactly where to go. Another way is to just take a brush and angle from the side of your lip to your ear. And you know exactly where to draw that line. A lot of people, and I tend to do this too, will use darker colors for contour, even darker than this. But I feel like for beginners and for people who are really doing more day-to-day contour and not like bridal or super heavy contour, stick to colors that are warmer and closer to your skin tone. Now for the nose, you see I've gone straight from my eyebrow down to the tip of my nose in a straight line. And I like to get the tip of my nose to make my nose look nice and straight. I'm also going to get my nostrils. And then I'm going to take some more on my brush and just contour my forehead. And I don't recommend this if you don't have a larger forehead. I do. So I'm going to create a shadow to minimize the effect of having a larger forehead. And you can see this color is so perfect, really, that it's almost like self-blending. Like you really don't have to work it in to blend it in so much. Down from your ear, down your jaw, and all the way straight over your chin. And this helps give that very angled face, very sharp features. And I'm also going to do right under my lip. Help me give a more pouty lip look, more fuller bottom lip. Okay. All right. Now, for those of you who may want to wear a darker contour and have this be a tad bit heavier, I'm going to show you guys how to achieve it with a MAC concealer. And this is my MAC concealer palette. This has NC30, NW25, NC35, and NW35. This is their mid peach and mid yellow as well. And this one is a correcting palette. It's their medium palette. So I'm going to take that color right there on my brush and just work that in to where I've already contoured. Again, totally optional. This is for those of you who really like that heavy contour and who really want more. All right, now you can see my contour is all placed exactly where I want it to go. So this time I'm going to take a MAC 100 brush, and this is just a contouring brush. And you can you can blend creams and liquids with these brushes. You don't have to have a special kind of brush. So I'm just going to work this in circles and work this back. Don't work it forward. Work your brush backwards. And go up, not down. You want to work it up, in circles and up. Straight over, working it into my hairline, really minimizing my forehead. Same thing on this side. All right. Now for my jaw, I'm going to work it downward so you don't have that mask look. Bring it down. And you can already see how much everything becomes more uniform. The colors look warmer. They look more part of your face than you have somebody else's face on somebody else's body. For the nose, I'm just going to pinch my brush and slowly work it down. I want to contour the sides of my nose as well. I don't want that to be the lighter color. And that's really what makes the nose look so much smaller. You can already see like on one side how it's blended out and becomes part of the face rather than being such a harsh line. And be gentle, you know, anywhere around your eyes is super sensitive. Blend the tip. And there you go, really. Now you can set this with a powder, and I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime. This is just almost looks like baby powder, translucent powder to help set this. This is already really full coverage, so you don't need a full coverage powder on top. Translucent powder is enough, and I'm going to take that on my brush. This is just a big old MAC 134 brush. And I'm going to work that into my face, down my neck. This also helps prevent shine and sweat and oiliness. It's going to keep your makeup looking more polished and more matte. And this is just that extra little layer to keep everything in place. Also going to put some right under my eye to really keep that highlight in place. Especially love these colors, these more, you know, bright creamy colors, and these more natural colors than the harder contour, because they look so pretty in the summertime. It's more, you know, sun-kissed and really good looking, I feel. Now you could go ahead and do the rest of your makeup. I am going to just go ahead and fill in my brows, do a quick look, and then you will see what my finished highlight and contour looks like with a full face makeup. Be right back. Alright, so as promised, I came back with my full face makeup done and ready to go. Now, if you want to see how I finished this makeup look and how I did the eyes, you can watch my other tutorial. It's on my channel, so make sure to check that out and like and subscribe.